To the set here. Good afternoon. I have a love-hate relationship with waste. It's mostly love. This is a beautiful picture that sums up that relationship absolutely perfectly. It's Edward Burtynsky's Oxford Tire Pile 9A and B. The reason I love this picture so much is because it's giving me two ideas at the same time: despair and hope. Despair because tire piles are a big, messy reality of modern life. Hope because there's actually a lot of things you can do with old tires. You can make shoes, you can filter wastewater, you can make play park mulch, you can make pavement. You can even use them as an alternative fuel. This kind of image is exactly the kind of thing that used to bring me to tears. But it doesn't anymore because I get to live in this very privileged middle bit, which is where all of the solutions are. From where I stand, I do not see tires at all. I see opportunity. I see potential. This image is part of Burtynsky's Urban Mines series, and though not a natural resource, tires are still a resource, just a slightly unnatural one. They're like absolute gold to me, and I want to give you a little insight into where I would mine for this gold. I grew up in Canada. Early trips to sewage treatment plants and recycling facilities laid the groundwork for a lifelong fascination, some say obsession, with waste. My favorite Saturday was definitely going to the dump with my dad in his little yellow truck. The sound of the seagull and the sickly sweet smell of domestic refuse. I could go on and on and on. Anyway, the reason why sorry, I even need notes. This is terrible. I've got a limited amount of time, and the main thing that I want to ask you to do is focus on the invisible. We can't solve what we can't see. So I need you to be really nosy, and I need you to get really dirty, actually. I want you to skip the high street and go down the back alleys and look through the bins, or start with your own bin. Draw a map of your waste. How much of your recycling actually gets recycled? 100 million tons of waste goes to landfill in the UK each year. Now, the big one. I want you to actually go to a landfill site. You're going to start by seeing complete and utter chaos, total insanity. And then maybe you'll pick out a tennis racket or a disposable nappy. 6,000 of these are used by babies on their way to toddlerhood. And the depressing thing you'll see is way too much food. 40% of UK domestic waste is compostable, and a lot of that is food. I want you to stay a while. Take a picnic, bring a blanket, get cozy. Because it's not worth your time unless you're there long enough to start seeing patterns. Where there are patterns, there are opportunities. And where there are opportunities, maybe some of you will see money, maybe some of you will see what I see, and that is sheer and utter beauty. So here we have a little help from Google. These are maps to my favorite haunts and hangouts in the UK. On your left, we have industrial estates. These are a fantastic place to go if you want vast quantities of uncontaminated waste. And on your right, you've got the landfill sites. So once you've found your pattern or your passion, the best thing you can do is go directly to the source. In 2005, I first met the London Fire Brigade, and I discovered that their damaged, decommissioned hose, red, good color for today, life-saving, magic that it is, goes to landfill. I couldn't understand it. So I started a company to rescue the hose, to save it, to upcycle it. At the same time, we read the WWF Deeper Luxury Report, and it analyzed all the luxury companies according to their ethical and environmental performance, and none of them was getting better than a C+ score. I thought, I can do better than this. We now sell around the world. In the UK, you can find us in Harrods. We reclaim 10 different niche waste streams, and the goal every single time is to solve that waste problem. So what do you do now, okay? What do businesses do? Why can't more businesses look at their own waste as the raw material for their next product? Let's look again at the tires. 3 billion of these go to waste every year globally. Now, that's depressing, but it's also exciting, because a lot of companies are exploring processes like pyrolysis, where you can take a tire apart back to its constituent components, and you can essentially make new tires from old tires. Wouldn't it be cool if Apple could do this? If iPhone 5, or let's say iPhone 7, let's give them some reasonable time, could be made entirely from the reclaimed pieces of iPhone 3s and iPhone 4s. If I can make that bag out of a piece of old hose, surely that's possible. This is really more of a call to budding, I was going to say budding entrepreneurs, but I think I have to call them budding system builders. Do not start with an idea. Start with a problem. Start with a tire pile. Then every day of your work, success or failure, you're going to know that you're fixing something. Somewhere between hope and despair, there are solutions, there are optimists, and there's a lovely little workshop in Dorset that you're all more than welcome to come and visit. Thank you.